So the next question is curious, but she's not here, so I'll just take it. It says Malia seemed very distracted at the party. Do you think she was thinking about what happened with Antonio and April? Absolutely. Like she got attacked. I mean, April wasn't able to physically assault her because Sarah was there at the store. Eva was there, and then also Antonio was there. But yeah, it would be startling. And the thing is, I don't feel like she was scared. It was like, damn it. When
Mhm.
you've done something, you shouldn't have did it. Now the cat is out the bag. I think she was having that moment. Like she was like, dang it. You know? Like now I
Right.
have to, especially like when people already try to put out lies about you as a human being and you able to refute that. And now you're like, there's a little bit of truth to what you're talking about though. You know what I'm saying? Like now I gotta be like, yeah, I spent the night at his house, but nothing happened. I promise, guys. Like it doesn't look good. But you spent the night at a man's house who is set to be married in a few months and he lives with his fiance. Even though you guys are good
Right.
friends,
Right.
it doesn't look good, right? And so now you have to deal with that shame. And I think that it was just still weighing heavy on her mind. Hey, we're here in Rose City. People talk. I'm gonna have to start carrying Bear Maze to take care of her because she really wants all the smoke with me, and I'm gonna give it to her. So yeah, I definitely
Oh,
feel that that altercation of that day was weighing heavy on her mind. I think that she's probably thinking, God, like I really did that. I'm not 15. I'm not 16. I'm a grown woman. I should have known better than to go to Antonio's house so late at night. I could have called him and asked him some questions or been like F Chan because he's not committing, he ain't showing up. Cause like ain't nobody got time for you to start vibes that you can't follow up on. Like, you're not following through on the vibes that you started. So like why are we worried about it?
right. Right. I
You know what I'm
feel I
saying?
feel the same way. And she was I feel she was distracted. Um of course she had her regrets, like I shouldn't have did this, blah blah blah. But I mean that's a lot of action in one day. Like for that all that altercation at the store to having to throw this
Baby.
girl
Baby.
out, and it already got to these little mfs because that's one of the thing Addison threw at her. She's like, yeah, and I talked to April and she's gonna beat your
He
ass.
sure
So I
did.
mean, already word has already traveled.
Mm-hmm.
And so she probably wasn't sure, but now she knows for sure that these people know, and they don't know the whole story. They know April's side.
Right.
This B was
Mm-hmm.
messing with my husband while I was out of town. That's all,
Right.
everybody
Exactly.
so, yeah, I think that was on her mind. She probably wasn't sure. She's like,
Mm-mm.
I wonder if this got around already. She probably is, worried about April actually showing up and throwing hands. She got a lot on her
Right.
mind that, April tore that store up. So,
Yep. Just a bunch of
yeah, I
unnecessary
agree.
drama.
Yeah, yeah, it was definitely. She was thinking about the Antonio April situation. I don't think nothing else would have been on her mind. That was the big
Right.
thing at the time. She wasn't even thinking
Oh,
about Brother
definitely.
Chan.
Nah, she wouldn't think about him. I
She ain't
think,
even
yeah, that
worried
whole
about
situation
Brother
was
Chan.
really not about Brother Chan. She was just probably just thinking about the relationship is now over with Antonio. You got Funk now with, April. Now you have to worry about April going and telling all these people who already don't like you, who already want to accuse you of being somebody that you're not, that you are. And again, it doesn't matter about like if it happened or if it didn't happen. It's just the
Right.
idea that you spent the night, like have a neighbor and her sink was broken or something like that, and T went over there and he fixed the sink, right? And it wasn't that
Hmm.
big of a deal, but let me come about somebody's house and he go, "Ugh, this doesn't look right. I mean, don't you think that kind of looks strange? So it wouldn't look weird for you to go to one of the neighbors' lady's houses and fix her stuff for her and get paid for it. But if I went to somebody's house, even if they wanted to show me some tile on the floor, the implication of it is something going on between them. Is this, yeah, broad daylight? Yeah, I'm coming about your house in broad daylight. But society doesn't care about that type of stuff. People don't care that
Right.
you've only been in there 10 minutes. For some people, that's all it takes is 10 minutes. Okay, I said some.
Lord, I pray
Yeah,
not. Lord Jesus, you talk
it's
about
like
disappointment. All I
what?
need is 10 minutes, baby. 10 minutes. Never mind,
10 minutes.
sir.
Yeah, never
I'll
mind
talk
is
to
it.
you later.
It's over by the time it gets good.
Right.
Oh,
Like, I
you
need more
know,
than 10. Shit. 10
yeah,
minutes.
10 minutes, you can just, I'm not, you know what, I'm not even gonna play with you, like, because that's a tease.
Okay. Why did Addison need Malia to feel impressed with her life? It seems like she just wanted Malia to feel jealous of her.
Hmm.
Yeah, she wanted Malia to feel jealous of her. And I think the fact that Malia was not impressed with her life because it's like everybody else's life at the party. There's nothing, like if you see a whole bunch of blue boxes, you're like, okay, blue's a pretty color, I guess, blah, blah, blah. And then you see the one red box and you're like, oh, okay, that's different. You
Right,
know,
that's
um,
different.
yeah, you wouldn't be impressed by the fifth blue box out of 20. It's like, okay, great. You got kids, you got a husband, you got this, you got all that. Okay, great. What's new? Oh, that's just like so and so, and that's just like so and so. And the fact that Malia wasn't impressed by it, I think, of course, set her off. She wanted her to be jealous of her. Like, look what I have, and you don't. And jokes on her because Malia's like, I don't have that. I don't want that. And when I am ready to have that, I can. But
Mhm.
look what I got going right now, though. And so, yeah, she wanted her to feel jealous of her. It didn't work. So, it hit different for
I
Addison.
I've never understood people wanting other people to be jealous about what they have. I'm the type of person that you can have more than me, less than me, whatever. I'm going to be happy for you because you deserve to have the things that matter to
Yep.
you. The fact that you need somebody to be intimidated or jealous is weird. I was around this woman and she has a lot more than I do, you know? And she was just like, I mean, I just got this house and it's $800,000, you know? And I'm sure that, I mean, this was years ago. So I'm sure her house is probably valued at, $1.5 million now because of inflation. But she was just like, I mean, I'm kind of embarrassed. And every time I would see her, we would hang. She would go on about, it's not every day people move into $1 million house, And I was like, but that's wonderful, that's. I mean, I feel so odd, I just feel bad, and I was like, and I would always ask her, why do you have to feel bad about your blessings? I don't think she felt bad at all. I think she liked, like, we would all be in a group together. Everybody's like, you're so lucky. Oh, that new house that you guys had just built, that was so beautiful. Like, and I would just be like, I started to see what it was. She needed people to feel jealous. She wanted people to be like, everybody wants my life. I don't understand. Like, it's not that big of a deal. But you keep talking about stuff. Again, it's all about those goals. We're not supposed to have the same desires, same wants, same goals. And I would say that marriage, children, and family, that's very much the Rose City way in this book. So why is that something I should be jealous of? It's like saying, I'm jealous of you because you got a house and a car and a job. That's what you're supposed to have, right?
Right.
So if it's the norm, why would I feel intimidated by what's the norm? So I just think just definitely shows there's something in her where she feels intimidated by Malia, and she goes out of her way to constantly feel like, I need to one up you, or I need you to see how amazing I am. I want you to be jealous of me. So that's more of a her problem. It's not a Malia problem. It's an Addison
She's in
problem.
competition with her. Feel like she's in
She's in an imaginary
competition.
competition.
All
She
by
is
herself.
all by herself, and she's looking mentally ill. Next question is mine. It says, Addison accused Malia's mother of marrying down by being with her father, Frank. If Frank would have made it to the NBA, do you think people would say that Sandy married down? I don't believe that if Frank would have made it to the NBA, they would have been like, she married down. Everybody would have been thinking he's bringing all this great publicity and he's famous and he knows all these celebrities. So it would have been like, okay, well, she went outside the normal of like the white collar guys that we normally date with degrees, but yeah, that was good too.
He's
He's a multimillionaire, and
a millionaire.
you
That's
know
what I'm about to I'm like, they about to have that money rolling in, and publicity and
Right.
stuff.
And so because, when he got into that accident and banged up his knee and he ended up not going to the NFL, and I'm going to sneeze in a second. My allergies are bad.
Sorry.
I feel like Frank, he lost that opportunity, but he went back to school, became an engineer, made really good money, and provided a wonderful life for his children. But because he didn't come from their background, their pedigree, then all of a sudden he's a problem. You
Right.
know, of all the other
That
guys,
old.
in the group who are engineers and this and that and the other, they made the same amount of money that Frank made, provided the same lifestyle for their wife and kids as Frank did, but because they came from a certain bloodline, then they were looked up to while Frank was looked down at. You know what? You can keep all that blue blooded mess. Nobody cares. Nobody. Oh no, because you didn't come from the right family. I don't even know why
Right.
God created you, but because you crazy as hell. Like nobody has time for that. So people
And I'm
really get
still
caught up
here.
in that.
Mm-hmm.
People really get caught up in that.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah, she was looked down upon because of that. But Sandy didn't care because she's like, my husband's providing an amazing lifestyle for me and my girls, and y'all see this. You see the bling, you see the fit, you know what it is.
Yeah,
So
he still took care of his family. He may not
yeah,
had that old money. He may have been new money, but he
that's
made
what
it
it was.
work.
The old money.
Mm-hmm. He
Yep.
still made it
And
work.
yeah, and it's so funny because people who come from old money, they look down on people. They're like, yeah, well, they're new money because their families only had money for like the last 30 years.
Like what?
Okay, as opposed to what? The last
Oh, yeah,
400,
you
the
got
last
money.
500 years, the last 200 years? Like,
Right.
well, we come from old money. Well, I'm gonna tell
We've
you
been
this.
rich
I
for
came
centuries.
from, getting yourself out the mud money, okay? I came from, I'm saying, do it for yourself. Because again,
Right.
to me, maybe based on where I'm at, I think it's a flex when you have zero and you build from zero and you make something out yourself. That to me is a big flex, baby. You over here riding
A
on about,
huge flex.
we came from old money, like, so somebody else had to give you this, what you have today, because you wouldn't have it on your own. You're not smart enough to build it. So, like I said, at the end
Right.
of the day, y'all might think that old money is a flex. To me, that new money with the right mentality and the right mindset, that's a real flex because, baby, you made it happen for yourself. Tabitha
He
Brown
made
said
it
she went
happen.
from driving Uber, you know what I'm saying, and doing, Uber Eats and DoorDash and 6 years ago to now being a multimillionaire. Baby, that's getting it out the mud. So that to me is an
Right.
ultimate flex. Not, well, my family has always had a lot of money and I've never had to struggle a day in my life. Like, girl, nobody wants to talk to you. I want to talk to somebody who's basically done it all, struggle, made it, struggle with their mental health, trying to figure out how they, like, do I want to be here anymore because life is hard. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
she made it happen for herself. So ain't nobody worried about you.
Right. Um, yeah, the thing about and with old money, it's stuff. It ain't nothing that you earn. So God forbid, if you were to lose everything, you wouldn't even know how to live your life. As opposed to people who got it out the mud, like, oh, I already know what to do. Like, these are the steps you take.
Right.
This is stuff that's available. This is how you do boom, 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 boom. As opposed to everything's gone. What do I do? Like, yeah,
It's true.
old money. I hate
Hmm.
people.
It's true.
So I'm.
But it's true. When you've always
Mhm.
had something, and if it gets taken away, you don't really know how to bounce back. But baby, when all you know how to do is bounce back,
You know how to
you,
hustle.
you can go through anything, and you know what I'm saying. Like when you always know how to get back up, there's something to be said about that.